Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about in today's video Spencer Rattler getting benched in today's game versus Texas. Now, this is really shocking considering Spencer Rattler was a Heisman frontrunner heading into this season. Lincoln Riley has a great track record with quarterbacks. We've seen from Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray being two examples of them. Spencer Rattler had a chance to have a humongous year, a true breakout season, and potentially be the number one pick in this upcoming draft. But things really are shaken up at this point. They were down 18 points to Texas, and Lincoln Riley decided to make a change. They turned it over to Caleb Williams, the true freshman quarterback, and he was spectacular in this game. 16 completions, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was super poised. Made a couple of mistakes, but just considering he didn't play high school football last season due to COVID, it's really impressive what he was able to do because technically the last time he had played, he was a junior in high school. Caleb Williams was insane. And this Oklahoma team looked completely different than they did with Spencer Rattler. It's really hard to describe what really happened at this point. Spencer Rattler threw a pick. He also fumbled it, so he turned it over twice. But Caleb Williams came in, looked very calm. The offense had a different kind of flow, different kind of energy. And this Oklahoma team overcame that deficit and ends up beating Texas in a huge, huge game. Had they lost this game, very, very likely could have been potentially out of the college football playoff conversation, or would have just made it a lot more difficult to be on that pathway to securing a college football playoff spot. Now, it was really, really key for them to pick up this win. They've had a lot of very close games so far this year against even teams that are lesser opponents than Texas. Kansas State, they had a close game. Tulane, another close game. They've had a numerous amount of close games. So what does this mean for Spencer Rattler moving forward? This very well could mean that Spencer Rattler is QB2, or this could mean, maybe that the next game rolls around and he is QB1 again, but it's hard to say. With Caleb Williams' performance, it's going to be a tough decision moving forward for Lincoln Riley. Let's kind of look at Caleb Williams' prospect profile. He was the 7th overall player in the 2021 class. Very, very highly touted prospect, the true 5-star, a guy that can be a Heisman winner. But, it's really impressive just considering he hadn't played his senior year of high school because of the COVID, was able to step into this huge environment and get the victory, just considering he hadn't seen game action in so long. Spencer Rattler, on the other hand, let's talk about him thus far this year. He is completing 76% of his passes. He's got 10 touchdowns. He's got 4 interceptions on the year. So he has been somewhat efficient throwing the football. He has had some of those costly turnovers thus far this season. But the problem with him is there's a little bit of inconsistency throughout the course of a game. That's kind of an issue, obviously, when you're a team trying to vibe for that college football playoff spot. You need a little more consistency. Now, do I believe Spencer Rattler can be a really, really good college quarterback at this point in time still? Yes, I do. I think there's some things he needs to clean up, and I think a lot of people are hoping that he's going to clean up over this past offseason. We're seeing some of those inconsistencies for sure, but he is a super talented quarterback. Do not get me wrong. Still very well could end up being a first-round pick and probably will be a first-round pick in this upcoming draft. It really depends on what happens with Caleb Williams. That's the part that's really, really head scratching. Can you go ahead and replace Spencer Rattler at this point in the season, considering where you've gotten off to? Do you think you are definitely improving with the Caleb Williams? I'm not sure exactly what's going through Lincoln Riley's head. However, that's a conversation that's going to be held behind closed doors with his coaching staff. Which is the better guy moving forward? Can Spencer Rattler still be that guy for them just after this performance? Because any little thing that happens to him, any little inconvenience with this Oklahoma team, they're going to be looking all eyes on that bench at Caleb Williams if he is the starter, in fact. So there's a lot to sort out with Oklahoma. They get the big, big win over Texas. Texas was jumped on them early, and then Oklahoma was able to prevail and come back after being down 18 points. Thanks again for watching the video. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Also, hit the like button if you do enjoy these college football videos. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys in our very next video.